Hi, I'm Adam Keller. I have 12 years of working with your tip of the spear sales folks. That's your sales development representatives, your BDRs, whatever you call them. I've been in the trenches with them for the last 12 years. And I'm telling you, your outbound sucks. So, it's the end of the quarter, it's mid-quarter, whatever it is. You failed last quarter. Your numbers are down, your connection rate's like 2%. And your response is to go in and tell your team that instead of 2,000 activities, you're going to ask them to hit 3,000 activities. How dare you? It's a terrible plan. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. We need to focus on connection rate, and the best way to get connection rate up is to fix your messaging. Let's get into this. Number one, you're doing your outbound wrong. Nobody gives a shit about who you are or what you make. That is not how you're going to get these folks on the phone. And you need to quit asking them for their time. You need to give them something. You haven't earned the right to ask them for their time yet, and you're asking them for it. It's embarrassing. We spend an incredible amount of time trying to tell people what we're going to give them, not why we exist. Those first 18% of adopters, those innovators and early adopters that Jeffrey Moore talks about before you cross the chasm, those folks are going to buy from your company because they believe in your company. And they're only going to believe in your company if you believe what they believe and they believe what you believe. This isn't revolutionary. Go watch any Simon Sinek video for 5 seconds and you'll have this figured out. The second reason your outbound is terrible is because you sound like a corporate robot. Every time I see an email or a messaging sequence that has this corporate jargon that nobody in the real world uses, nobody outside of whatever organizational shit we do between 9 and 5 during the day, we don't talk that way. I don't get home from work and tell my wife I'm going to circle back after dinner on a conversation we had about our son's grades. It doesn't exist. Talk like a real person. If your jargon, if your language was developed by somebody who sat in a boardroom with a tie that was too tight 15 years ago, it's time to check what's going on with our organization. Finally, the third reason your outbound sucks is because you're scared. You're scared to sound different. You're scared to be embarrassed. You're scared to be told no. Write an email that has a subject line that no one's ever read before. Maybe it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't matter. Stand out. When you get someone on the phone, ask them a question that nobody has ever asked them in a sales process, prospecting call. This is what's going to happen. You might get laughed at. You might get hung up on. So what? If your connection rate is 2.5%, you're already hearing no 97.5% of the time. So who cares? Because I guarantee you, you will get a better connection rate if you change the way you speak. The second reason you're behind on your number is because you're focused on the title and not on the person. Anytime I ask an organization, tell me about your ICP, tell me who you're reaching out to, why isn't this, who's your perfect target? I get a title. So you mean to tell me that every CFO has the same personality, whether that's the CFO of a company that's looking to innovate, that is looking to purchase new software, that is looking to future-proof their organization, that person feels the exact same way as a CFO who's pinching every penny and damn scared to make a change because it might affect his job and he can't lose his job right now? No, those are two very different people with the same title. We need to recognize that who we are targeting, not what we are targeting. If we are that Series A, pre-Series A, that pre-chasm organization, and we're really looking for the innovators and the early adopters, we need to talk like them. They don't care about your G-Cloud rating. They don't care about your reviews or the number of stars you have on the App Store. They don't care. What they care about is why you exist. They buy from businesses they believe in. They don't buy products. I didn't buy a Tesla because I was worried about gas efficiency and the amount of energy savings and all that kind of stuff. I bought a Tesla because I think it's a cool company. That's it. My language matters. Talk to them. And the third reason you're failing is because you forgot to care about your people. Your tip of the spear sales folks have the most thankless job in your organization. They do more work for less credit than anybody else. The number of times I've heard a sales development team tell me that, oh, well, they're just SDRs. It's a sickness that we have. These folks are the ones that rolled up their sleeves and did the work so you could have your number. Your company fails without them. Start treating them that way. And turning up the faucet to hit a number and not focusing on education and tactic and how we can get better is a disservice to them and a sickness. Do better. Message better. Talk like a human. And you'll succeed. If you have any questions, hit me up on LinkedIn, Adam Keller, or via email, keller.adam@me.com. Would love to speak to your salespeople, your sales managers, and add a little bit of levity to the day. Thank you.